Hey everybody, it is Matt Swires, author of The Maverick Method, How to Win the Startup Game, and founder of the Trademark Company. And today we are talking about how to guard your time, the importance of guarding your time, especially as a busy entrepreneur. I've been fortunate over the years, especially in my role as running the Trademark Company, to be approached literally hundreds of times with hundreds of business opportunities. Hey, would you like to join up our startup? Do this, do that. And not every startup opportunity is going to be the right startup opportunity for you. And one of the things, if you want to be a really successful entrepreneur, is you have to determine, what's right for you. What are you going to get a return on investment for? There's only so many hours in the day, and in essence, what are you going to invest your time and money in, and what is going to be your return on investment? If you really want to see this concept, in play, watch the Shark Tank. In short, they know their time is hyper valuable, the sharks on the Shark Tank, and they're only going to invest in people where they know that they're going to get a positive return on investment. That's really what the Shark Tank is all about. They are looking for, certain factors that they know they're going to get that great return on their investment and such, because they're guarding their time. That's the one thing that we can't make more of, is time and such. So throughout the years, I've developed sort of a three-part screening test for whether or not I even want to consider a new opportunity when it's presented to me. Again, probably one or two a week get presented to me, fortunately in my position. And this is sort of just the very quick hitter that I go through to basically make sure that, is this something that I want to invest my time in, or do I need to keep my investment of my most precious resource more, towards things that are going to bring me a return on investment, my main gig or whatever the case may be. So number one, do you believe in the product or service model? All right. Is it something that you understand? The great Warren Buffett, will explain to you that he typically will only invest his resources in businesses that he understands. It's one of the reasons why he's not really known to be going in tech-heavy industries or otherwise, invest in railroads and other type businesses. Famously bought and brought back Dairy Queen, and then I think sold that for a substantial profit. But Warren Buffett sort of lives by the philosophy he's only going to invest in things that he believes in and he understands. So the first screening test is do you believe in the product that you would be being brought into in that company environment or whatnot? Is it something that you believe that you all can sell? Is it something that you think that the marketplace is ready for? In short, are you going to get money on it? Do you believe in that product? Okay, do you understand the business model? Okay. The second one that I think you have to really, really look strongly at is, do you believe in the people with whom you would be going into business? Way back in probably 2000, I think it was, the year 2000 that is, I was approached by a bunch of buddies, and they said, we're going to start a new software company that's going to revolutionize, the legal industry. I said, okay, that sounds great. I'm in. So every night we would meet for hours at a time, trying to, revolutionize the legal industry with this, revolutionary software, to use the word revolutionary 17 times in the story and such. And one of the things that I sort of found out very quickly about these guys is, probably 3 out of 5 of us were just problem spotters. And if you've heard about me talk about that in previous videos, that's no bueno. In essence, they didn't want to solve anything. All they could do was sit around, and they would, put their, hand on their forehead, and they'd be like, oh, but what about this? And they would never offer a solution. We sat there for 6 months and tried to figure out, how we were going to write this code. And as an entrepreneur, one of the most valuable things that you can bring to your business is get the product to the marketplace. And what I quickly learned about, partnerships with, guys like that would just simply be is they were never going to bring a product to marketplace because they were too busy trying to tear it down all the time and really just wanted to pontificate and, show how intelligent they were while never getting anything actually done. Well, that's not really for me, so I didn't believe in those partners. I want to be in partnerships with people that can get things done, get something to market, a product that I can believe in, market it, and make money on it. And that's what, to me, is the heart of entrepreneurship. So first, as a refresher, do you believe in the product? Number two, do you believe in the people that you're going to be going into business with? And are they people that they can actually get this product to market? And number three, most importantly perhaps, is what's your return on investment going to actually be? If you're looking at it and you can spend just a ton and tons of your time on this, but it's going to be for like $50 over the next 5 years, well, that's really not a good return on investment. Had a former friend of mine that basically, took off from the big corporate accounting world and, got sort of bored with doing what they were doing. And they said, okay, well, I'm going to create a cupcake business. Now, mind you, this is in the height of the cupcake wars, right? And so everyone has a cupcake business. You couldn't walk down the street. I mean, at one point, I thought you're going to have more cupcake stores than Starbucks, and that's saying a lot, right? And this person said, well, I'm going to start, selling them at flea markets or this, that, and the other thing. And they were busting their butt up at 5 a.m., making cupcakes, bringing them to flea markets, blah, blah, and whatever it was, they're charging $1.50 for cupcake. Do you know how many cupcakes that you've got to move in order to make money at $1.50 a cupcake at a flea market? And so ultimately, the person sort of got tired and they realized, they were barely covering their costs and they were working like a dog. So the point of this is what's your return on investment? Okay, I want something that's got a great, really hefty, fat margin that's going to be able to pay me and my business partners well. And you need to know your numbers in advance to actually be able to determine this. But, what's the market? How many people are going to buy this thing? And am I going to get a great return on investment? Because at the end of the day, like I said at the top of the video, your most precious commodity is your time. I can only invest my time in things that are going to bring me a positive return on my investment, okay? So 3 rules when you hear about a potential business opportunity, or if you're considering just being an entrepreneur and what that entrepreneur or opportunity is. Number 1, do you believe in the product or the service that you're going to be providing? Number 2, do you believe in the people with whom you're going to be going into business with? And that's a really, really big one. And of course, number 3, what's your expected return on investment? It's got to be worth your time, okay? Because again, as you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have multitudes of opportunities come up because you will be the person that spots these problems and say, okay, I can solve this problem, I can solve this problem. But ultimately, you're going to go through and say, okay, what am I going to get the return on investment for my time? You can't do everything all the time, okay? Elon Musk, okay? Obviously, he's relatively famous at this juncture, but he started with, payment solutions, moved on to SpaceX, Tesla, and things. But he did things that are going to give him dramatic returns on his time. Jeff Bezos, hey, let's sell some stuff online, stuff like that. But again, did he go for something that's going to give him a small return? No. So use this 3-step process to evaluate not only your existing gig, but maybe future gigs that are presented to you. And it should help you to basically determine what you do and what you do not want to invest in, because at the end of the day, being a really successful entrepreneur involves so many things, but one of them is not just to chase every little thing that you want, that could potentially be out there, but to determine how to guard your time against those things that are going to fail this 3-part test and are going to ultimately just not put money in your pocket and lead to a successful business, because either, again, you don't believe in the product, it's not a good product, you don't have good partners who are going to be able to get this thing to market with you, and finally, even if you brought it to market, you're just not going to get a really hefty return on it, or just a return that justifies the time and effort expended. Listen, I hope this has been helpful. Again, smash like if you get a chance, if you want more of these videos. Of course, there's a lot more of this in the book. And as always, got any other questions or anything else, just throw them down in the comments. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for listening.